hood went down. What's up, y'all? This shit's really tight on me. It's my wife's, so we can take that off the list of things I've worn on here for visual humor, I guess. I'm wearing my wife's clothing technically. So. Are you happy, God? The things I do for laughs with an audience of one. Toy Story 3. In what should be the final installment of the series, Andy's off to college and the toys are accidentally donated to a daycare. Everything sounds fine and dandy, but it ain't. Andy is missing his toys and vice versa, and there are corrupt toys afoot. This was the perfect ending to a perfect trilogy. I seriously feel bad if you haven't seen any of these movies. Watch all three in rapid succession for the best results, aka tears. Thanks go to Alex and Omegle for requesting this film. My mom said, this was so good, and yes, I cried. And then I said, I know. That's why I said should instead of just the final installment. If they do it, I hope they do it right. So this is back in 2013. I posted this review. 2013. I posted this review. Toy Story. So 6 years later, they made Toy Story 4, and they were talking about Toy Story. Talks for a fourth film began in 2010. And Hank stated that Pixar was working on the sequel in 2011. When the film was officially announced in November 2014 during an investor's call, it was reported that the film would be directed by Lasseter, who later announced it would be a love story after writing a film treatment with Stanton and blah, 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 blah. And they described it as a romantic comedy. So, man, I'm getting ahead of myself because I was about to start talking about Toy Story 4. So they started talking about it as soon as Toy Story 3 came out. Perfect ending, 2010. They announced a fucking sequel right after. Like, why do they talk about making a movie? Why do they talk about making a fourth one? So it's just tighter than tight. I hope I don't rip it. Like it. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Toy Story 3 surpassed Toy Story 1. I think I like Toy Story 1 more so than 2. 2 might have, over the years, overtaken 1. 1's such a great movie, though. I don't know, man. But 3 was my favorite Pixar movie for the longest time, because Toy Story it's just so good. You know what? I'm just getting ahead of myself even more so. I'm all over the place. With the Pixar films. Toy Story 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is their 11th film ever released. Ow, my fucking head. I really need to take some medicine. Yeah. Toy Story 3 takes place years after the second one. Because I think the Toy Story 2 was like a year after the first one. Like thereabouts. And then this one, like around a year, a little bit in that time frame. This one is like 10 years in the fucking future. Maybe less than. Andy's now 17 years old and he's about to go to college. He has not played with his toys for years, and only Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, Bullseye, Rex, Slinky, Ham, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, the aliens, and 3 toy soldiers remain. As the despondent toys reflect on their future, the soldiers parachute out the window and leave. They're like, "It's our job's done, R.L.E. Army. Sayonara." He's gone from the series, and not too long afterwards, he passed away. R.I.P. Really good send off for the character. They're all talking like, it's okay, we'll be okay, is what he's saying. And then he's like, we've had toys leave us, Wheezy, and he's naming off some toys that we've seen from the first one. And someone's like, Bo. He's like, yeah, even Bo. And it's so like, oh man, that's really fucking sad. Already we're getting emotional, right? Woody, his mom comes down, sees his room packed up, and she's like, she's getting choked up. I'm probably gonna get choked up talking about this film. Um, Molly, right? Isn't that Andy's sister? Molly. She's like a preteen, voiced by B. Miller. So for the first time, we have somebody, you know, voicing an actual human being. Babies are not humans. They're demons. She's in the first two movies. She is a fucking. She got that dog in her. She is a complete monster. Cute, very odd looking dated baby now because of the, the technology. But anyway, we get Andy, and they got Andy back. They got the guy who voiced Andy back for the role. Um, shit, where is he? Fuck, John Morris. They brought him back. They were like, who are we gonna voice? Who's gonna voice like an almost adult Andy? And they're like, let's just call up the guy who voiced Andy. And then they didn't get him. They got the voicemail. When they heard it, like, hi, you reached the voicemail. What? They're like, that's Andy. That's him. Perfect casting. Barbie's flipping out because Molly, Molly, she's like a preteen now. She wants to get rid of some of her toys as well, and she, packs up Barbie, her Barbie doll, and she's having a crisis. Like, oh my god, I don't want to get sold. I don't want to get rid of. Everyone's like, it's fine, you're good. All the toys in the attic, Andy's gonna box up for the Sunnyside daycare, donations for little kids to play with. And Andy has this moment where he's looking at Woody, he's looking at Buzz, just like when he was a little kid, and he's like, fuck, I'm taking Woody to college. It's my buddy. I'm taking him to college. And it's fascinating. Like, whoa, and like everyone's like, what the fuck? He's taking Andy? Like, or he's taking Woody? Like, what the fuck? To college? He can't move on. There's part of his childhood inside of him that's like, and like there's that fear of like moving on, fear of change. Wonderfully encapsulated in this film. They show up to Sunnyside. He didn't mean to donate them. He was going to do something else with them, I think. He was going to donate them to Sunnyside. Woody follows them. Oh, so Andy's mother mistakenly puts the bag outside with the true garbage. He's going to place them in the attic, in a trash bag in the attic. However, Andy's mother mistakenly puts the bag outside with the true garbage. The toys narrowly escape from the garbage truck, and Andy deliberately threw them away, get into a donation box in Andy's mother's car with Molly's old Barbie doll. So Andy still cares about all the toys, just Woody more so, and he was going to come back later in life and get his toys for his kids to play with, presumably. With Molly's old Barbie doll. She's already in the box. Woody follows in an attempt to bring them back, but is unable to convince the others of Andy's real intentions, and goes along when Andy's mother takes the box of donations to Sunnyside Daycare. Andy's toys are welcomed by the other toys, led by Lots of Hug and Bear. The toys, except for Woody, are delighted to learn that Sunnyside never runs out of children, and Barbie is enamored with a Ken doll, voiced by Michael Keaton. Jodie Benson, Michael Keaton. Amazing. Lots of Hug and Bear is voiced by... There's a fan project. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's pretty cool. Go back. Where's the cat? There it is. Lots of Hug and Bear. The fuck is he? Where's Lotso? Ned Beatty. R.I.P. Holy shit. He died 2021. 83. That's a good age. I think anything after 70 is good. In my opinion. Like, good run. God, this is tight. I don't want to zip down either because it's not going to really loosen it. My throat hurts. This isn't constricting on my throat. It's just my throat hurts randomly. God, I hope I don't die in this thing. That would fucking suck. There's also Chuckles, a toy clown. He explains that he and Big Baby, Lotso's assistant at Sunnyside, were owned by a girl named Daisy. You know, I'm just talking about the entire movie. I'm not gonna do that. Let's look at the cast list real quick. Emily Hahn is Bonnie. John Morris, John Cusack, Andy. Blake Clark voices Slinky Dog. Blake Clark was also in Boy Meets World as Chet Hunter, Sean's dad. I think that's a great replacement for Jim Varney. I guess they were really good friends as well, so it made sense. And their voices and their voice acting is very similar. So I think it's a great replacement. Don Rickles, John Morris comes back as Andy, John Cusack, Wallace Shawn comes back, John Ratzenberger, Estelle Harris returning as Mrs. Potato Head. R.I.P. By the way, I didn't say that with her. She passed. I forgot. Jeff Pigeon is the aliens again. Jodie Benson returning as Barbie, which in my last review I did not know she voiced Barbie in Toy Story 2. Jodie Benson, by the way, for those who don't know for some reason, is Ariel, the Little Mermaid, the OG. Timothy Dalton voices Mr. Pricklepants, which is crazy. He was James Bond. Timothy fucking Dalton. Kristen Shaw voiced Trixie. I love Kristen Shaw, and I love Trixie because of her being cast there. Jeff Garlin is Buttercup. Buttercup is the stuffed like unicorn that's like drawn all over. Bonnie Hunt is Dolly. I like both of those. Whoopi Goldberg is Stretch, the octopus from Sunnyside. Jack Angel is Chunk. I don't know who Chunk is. One of the bad guys, I assume. Jan Rabson is Sparks. John Saigan is Twitch. These characters aren't doing anything for me. Laurie Metcalf returns as Andy's mom. Lori Allen voices Bonnie's mom. She voiced Pearl in SpongeBob, and Diane Simmons in Family Guy. Wow, that's crazy. B. Miller voices Molly, like I said earlier. Arlie Ermy, for really quick salute to the character. Teddy Newton, Chatter Telephone. Richard Kind is a bookworm. Bud Lucky, R.I.P. Bud Lucky. Wow, he was in a lot of shit. He was a character designer too, but he voiced Chuckles the clown. Really good, really interesting, like really important role for being such a minor character. Javier Fernandez Pena as Spanish Buzz. That's right, Buzz Lightyear. In this film, they go into his back and they rework his wiring so that he's back to how he was in the first film, where he was like he didn't know he was a toy. He's back to that, and also he's like they lie to him so that he's like, these are Zurg's minions and I have to keep them in check and everything. And then they try to they get him back. They try to rework him, our main toys, the Andy's toys, and which they always will be. Unfortunately, they're always Andy's toys. Especially to me, my generation. Spanish Buzz. He's like Hispanic and he's like very into Jessie. They develop a romance in this. Charlie Bright voices young Andy and also Pianopod. There's like 3 different characters of the Pianopod. Amber Croner, Brianna Maywand. Eric Von Detten comes back as Sid. Jack Willis is a frog, and Woody Smith does the Big Baby sounds, I guess. I don't. Huh? Bro, can you please not? I don't know what you're doing over here, buddy, but you want some lovin's? That's the thing. When they're about to get thrown away, there's a garbage man who's like, he's about to throw away the toys, and they nearly escape. That garbage man is Sid, all grown up. Fucking wild. Fucking crazy. And the fact that they got Eric Von Detten back to do to just continue, like, the fact that this is Sid. And it wasn't like people were like, he's wearing Sid's shirt. Is that Sid grown up? Like, that's how they got it. He's wearing the same exact fucking shirt. Um, and people were like, then fan theorizing, like, maybe he loves throwing away toys. You know, maybe he loves that, you know, they had to have traumatized him. And it's like this whole other, like, this theory of, like, he hates toys now, and he wants to he wants to continue destroying toys, and this is the way he knows how, or some shit. Anyway, Toy Story 3, phenomenal. I just want to talk about the ending. I don't want to talk about the entire film. So if you haven't seen the movie, you know, I'm not going to spoil the entire thing, but I will talk about the ending, and I will talk about why it means a lot to me. I saw this with my best friend and his girlfriend and my younger brother in a drive-in. Double feature with How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon, wonderful film. Unfortunately paired with this magnificent film. Really, really a treat, both movies. But Toy Story 3, man, it's you're fucking competing with the fucking one of the goats of the animation game, 3D animation game, especially. It's very pleasant, very very wonderful film. The film ends with Bonnie getting a bunch of toys. Andy's gonna drop them off. A box of toys, and he's like, he sees Andy. Woody puts all of them in a box to go together to Bonnie's house, and Woody sees the message that the toys write out, and he's like, "Hey, Mom, you think this? You sure about this?" And he takes it to Bonnie's house, drops off here. I want you guys to have these toys, and Woody picks Bonnie's house, picks Bonnie to be the next child that they all go to, because he sees how she treats toys, and he loves being played with again for the first time in years, and he's like, oh my god, this is great. And you know, he's like, he sets the toys down, he's naming every single toy he's bringing out, like, and this is this person, and this is this person, and this is this one, and like, he's just really into it. And like, for the last time, he plays with the toys with Bonnie. Beautiful scene. And my best friend, I remember he was like, what the fuck? She goes to like, oh, it's the cowboy. There's a snake in my boot. He's like, huh? And he looks at it, and then she goes to take Woody. He's like, the fuck? It's my best friend says, the fuck? This is my fucking toy. But it's like, no, this is mine. And he's like, man, Woody's been there for me from the beginning. It's like my best friend. And he's like, here you go. And he gives it to, like, oh my god, like, it's like, and then, you know, him leaving and then waving to her, and then she makes Woody wave, and he like, and gets choked up. Like, you can't fucking compete with that. You just can't. How can you make a Toy Story 4 when that's the fucking ending, when they announced it immediately after fucking Toy Story 3 came out? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. But that's what we got. We got Toy Story 4. Now, I want to also say, they released a bunch of shorts, a bunch of fucking shorts in between 3 and 4. Obviously, it's years, you know, down the line. They announced it. It took like 9 years to come out with Toy Story 4. Now, where's the fucking sequel at? It's a bitch ass sequel. Now, where is it? Yeah, 9 years. In between that time, you know, there's a bunch of shorts, and I was watching these shorts. I would every once in a while catch them. This is obviously way before Disney Plus, so I'm watching these on ABC, on, you know, wherever it was being shown. Sometimes before a movie, you know, there'd be a little short, and these shorts made me realize a Toy Story 4 is not only possible. I'm looking forward to it. It's exciting. I'm very excited for a Toy Story 4 because of these. They can keep making Toy Story for as long as they want to. These shorts are showing that there's so many more stories that can happen at Bonnie's house. If you wanted to, you know, looking back at that thought process, you could have just kept making shorts. You didn't have to make fucking Toy Story 4. Anyway, I was really excited for it. I was really excited for it. But we will talk about Toy Story 4 whenever I review Toy Story 4, because I have not reviewed Toy Story 4 yet, I don't think. But as soon as I do that, as soon as I write the review, I will make sure to record the video. Yep, I haven't watched it yet. But that's my thoughts on Toy Story 3. The perfect ending to the Toy Story franchise. They're not making any more. There isn't going to be a fifth one. No, that's a lie. That's not real. It's not. No, they're not doing that. Why would they do that? Because Toy Story 4 was such a massive critical success. There's, that it was a Toy Story 4. That one didn't even happen. What are you talking about? Toy Story 4. What are you saying? But you guys have a good one. And take care.